Hi, this is Sharon Bornholt with the Louisville Gals Real Estate Blog, and back here today with another reader question. And by the way, thanks to everybody for sending in these questions. I love the questions. I love answering the questions, and it makes my job super easy for when I'm making these videos when you all send me in questions. So the question today comes from someone who wants to get started in real estate investing. They've studied and read and gone to seminars, and my question to them was, what's holding you back? Well, the answer is they don't have any money. So how can I get started without any money? Well, there are a number of ways that you could get started if you don't have cash in your pocket. And I want to clarify that by saying you're going to need some cash to work in real estate. Even if you don't have money to close a deal, you're going to need money to find leads. You're going to need a website, which you can get, you can build a WordPress site. I have another solution if you want to send me an email. Websites that I use, $49 a month, a done-for-you solution. So I'd be happy to tell you about that. So that's one way to do it. Now you're going to need to do direct mail or put out bandit signs or call expired listings. Some way you're going to need to get the leads. Okay, so you will need some bit of cash. But now once you've gotten the leads and you have gotten a deal, you made an offer and you've got a deal and you go, oh boy, what do I do now? I don't have any money. Well, you can wholesale the property. Now, people come up all the time and they say it's illegal to sell a house you don't own, and that is true. But when you're a wholesaler, you put a house under contract, and what you are selling is the contract. You're selling your right to buy that house to someone else. You may do that one of two ways. You may assign the contract to them, which just means they can close on the contract for you with their money, and then they will pay your assignment fee. So that's one way. Another way, and the way I usually do it, is I do a double closing. I like things neat and clean, and I'll pay the extra $300-400 to do the double closing. So that's the way I do it. And when you do that, your end buyer, in the case of a wholesaler, your end buyer is always another investor. So if I'm the wholesaler, my end buyer is always going to be a rehabber, or they're going to be a landlord. My end buyer is never going to be a homeowner unless they just happen to be an investor that's on my list. And I did have that happen once. Someone came to me and they thought they were going to go to a big mortgage company and get a mortgage, and I had to get that straightened out really quick. So that sent them then over to my investor-friendly bank. So that's one way. Another way you can control property without any money is through lease options. Now, people ask me all the time, why would someone just basically give you over their property for no money? Well, there are a lot of reasons, and especially if you're in a buyer's market where sellers are having a tough time selling. If they get transferred, or they inherit a property, or for whatever reason they have a property that they cannot afford to make the payment on, then that is a potential lease option deal. So lease option is two parts. You have a seller over here that has a house, and you sign a lease, and you have an option to buy that property. Two pieces of paper, two different things. You're bound by the lease and the laws of your state. So if you've taken a 1-year lease, then you're bound to keep that 1-year lease. Now, if you have an option, that just means simply that you and the seller agree upon a price that you will pay at the end of the option term, which may be 18 months to 2 years. Now, that may be, with commercial property, it's often longer, but 18 months to 2 years generally gives someone enough time to straighten up the credit to where they can go and get a regular mortgage. So lease option is one way. Sometimes you can then do a lease option with and you can lease the property to someone else so that you don't actually stay in the property. But that's a conversation for a different day. So you might do lease option. Another way you can buy a property when you don't have any money is buying subject to the current mortgage. And what that means is, and you need a motivated seller for this, but they have a property they can't sell, so they need to be rid of it. They need to be rid of that payment hanging over their head, that $800 a month payment hanging over their head, or whatever it is. So you buy the property and you write in there subject to the existing mortgage. And oftentimes you can get into those with little or no money down. It's a great way to buy a house of your own. I recommend that you structure it to where the money goes to some sort of an escrow so that you know the house payment's getting paid, that money that you're paying. And the seller's going to want to know that that money is getting paid toward the house payment too. So those are just a couple of ways that you can buy money with no money, no money down. I've done all of them. My favorite way by far is wholesaling, because you get quick chunks of cash, which will allow you to put aside some money. If you're using that money to live on, you still need to put aside some for marketing. If you want to eventually be a rehabber, you want to put away some of that money for your rehabbing business. But wholesaling equals quick chunks of cash, and that's what I love about wholesaling. This is Sharon Vornholt with the Louisville Gals Real Estate Blog, and I'll be back soon with another reader tip. Thanks for watching.